My Lords, I rise to declare my interest as a member of a farming company and also involved in the fertiliser industry, which has been mentioned a little bit earlier. Food and fuel are farmers' most expensive costs, and we see unprecedented increases ahead of them, on top of 3 bad harvests in a row. But I want to dwell just for a moment on the SFI and the capped payments. Because what capped payments do are reward inefficiency. They militate against investment, efficiency, productivity, progress, scale, all the things that farming over many generations has contributed to this nation are at risk of being thrown away carelessly by the capped payments that these regulations will impose. A noble Lord, Lord Curry, mentioned the land use framework. It's going to be a disaster for farming. It's going to be terrible for food security. It contemplates in Table 1 that fully 1.7 million hectares of productive land will be removed from agriculture out of a total of 9.6 million hectares. It's about a fifth. And at £2,000 per hectare gross income, which is what, on average, a mixed farm would hope to gain, it represents a £3.4 billion hit to the rural economy. We can't afford this. We can't afford it in terms of food security. We can't afford it economically. That £3.4 billion loss is out of a 13.9 billion total GVA, gross value added, from agriculture in total. It's about between a fifth and a quarter of the entire economic output of agriculture in our islands, in all its forms: arable, livestock, fruit, veg, grains, and so forth. And it's a fantasy to think that somehow magically, and it's magical thinking, we're going to have a 20% efficiency improvement. And this adds to further insults the APR-BPI issue. The fact that farmers can have their land compulsorily purchased from under them under the NSIP regime for solar, destroying the credibility and capacity of farms already under pressure. Pressures aggravated by the cash flow problems from SFI. It's hard to get fertiliser as it is in this nation. It's my trade. I know how difficult it is to secure the cargoes as fighting off the rest of the world. And yet this government is going to, through a choice, is going to make it even harder to get fertiliser delivered to this nation to support our farmers and underpin our food security with the introduction of insane carbon taxes that is going to add rocket boosters to the food price inflation that is already barrelling down the tracks. And I'd just like to amplify the point about the SPS. Our farmers will be naked in their defence or in their armoury against blackgrass. Let blackgrass get a foothold in 1 year, it will take us 10 years to get rid of it. And I know from personal experience, having sat on the combine, when you go through a blackgrass infestation in wheat, just as an example, the yield monitor goes from 10 to 1 tonne. So all these insults adding together culminate in a simple message. This nation, in fact any society, is no more than 3 meals away from anarchy, and a government forgets that deserves everything that's coming to it.